Hi, everybody. This is Mike. Today I have Jerry with me. Jerry, today let's just go ahead and talk about kind of what you're seeing in the field. Harvest almost over. What are you seeing?
Good morning, Mike. I'd say harvest is probably 95, 98% finished with this year.
Yeah.
I know there are a few growers that still are bringing in their loads, trying to get it in by the end of the week.
Right.
I'm going to go visit a grower today in the Turlock area, and he still has Monterey and Super L that he's got to start shaking. He has not shaken yet.
And are you still seeing wet product out there? I know we had a rain, at least in like the Fresno, Madera kind of area. We had about an inch of rain, maybe it was 20 days ago. I mean, are you still seeing some wet stuff come through?
I don't think I have in this area.
Yeah.
I think growers did wait and condition their almonds like they should have.
Yeah.
So I think we've been okay.
Looking a little better. And can you make any comments about the crop at all? I mean, kind of sliding in towards that estimate.
I still believe that we're going to be close to the estimate, 2.6.
Yeah.
That wouldn't surprise me if it was over 2.6.
Yeah. And it kind of still a little, I mean, you have a lot of stuff in stockpile, so we don't really know yet. So 2.6 kind of seems like a workable number today. Depending on what part of the state you're coming in at, I think we all could kind of come together with a 2.6, something like that. Market wise, sales have been okay in October, a little bit less than we'd like to see, but there's been sales happening. There was a food show that happened in Paris this last weekend, started last weekend, kind of went through Tuesday. Stuff was happening there. I think it was kind of an echo chamber while you were at that show. I think a lot of rumors were flying around with, lower than expected pricing, but kind of coming out of that food show. Today is now Thursday. I think prices have kind of, stabilized
For now?
For now. We'll see kind of where it goes. We're seeing, India, there's a little bit of business happening in India this month. Prices aren't fantastic, I would say, but there's some buying that's happening. What should set us up for good shipments in, November or December as people continue to, chip away on the 21 and the 22 crop. So
Growers that I have talked to in the last week and a half, most of them that are call-pool growers are waiting to sell.
Yeah.
But I am starting to get phone calls on growers that do need to sell because they're going to need money here before the end of the year.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to start happening here.
And I think
in the next week or two.
And I think you're going to have bits and pieces of stuff that's going to be transacting, right? There's going to be some November, December. The Chinese are taking in-shell for Chinese New Year. It's got to really ship by the first week of November, so it's really immediate shipments. A little bit of non-pearl kernel business happening like that. The rest of the sales I think that we're seeing for the 22 crop, I would say, are really like that January forward. Right, a lot of that October, November, December outside of China and India, I would say, has really been filled by that 21 crop inventory, which is still being sold. I think at the end of September, we thought there was about 250 million pounds left to sell of the 21 crop. So I think people are chipping away on that, and they're trying to sell it for more nearby positions just to get it out of the facilities.
So do you think that the remaining of the 21 crop will be shipped by the end of the year? Or most of it?
Yeah, I think most of it should be.
Okay.
I think California is pricing it to move it, and I think we are. You're seeing I think people who are having good shipments in the industry, it's probably driven mostly by that 21 crop inventory. So I think people are taking care of it. People want to move it. There's a group of growers out there who are, trying to sell their 21. Others kind of hold them back a little bit. So it'll be interesting dynamic, see how that plays out kind of going forward. But the next position report will be, on the October shipments. The almond company shipments right now look like they're going to be pretty good. So we'll see how the rest of the people shake out. Maybe a little bit too early to tell, to call for other people. But for us, I think we're going to be all right. So,
and I also heard that NOAA came out today with a weather forecast.
Right. So that's the National Oceanic Agency or administration, right? So basically they are they do a lot of weather forecasting based off of ocean temperatures. And I think they came out with at least California and the Southwest being or continuing to be in an extreme drought.
Which is not really good news.
Not
for
good
growers on the west side and or Whiteland areas.
I think so. I think it'll be, it's an interesting pattern, and maybe we don't need to get too into it, but this is a triple La Nina, right? So 3 years of back-to-back La Nina. And I think the last time this happened was in the late 90s, early 2000s. And there's some variability. You could still get these atmospheric rivers that dump a lot of water, but generally they're calling for that extreme drought continuation. So little reprieve for California's drought. See how that plays out for us.
Yeah, that'll determine how many more acres will be pulled out this year.
And it could, and actually could put more pressure on that.
Yes.
You know? So a lot of things at play, a lot of things still changing. And we'll just keep you guys updated as and when we know things. Anything else, Jerry?
Nope. I think that's it, Mike.
Cool. Thanks, Jerry, for coming on.